Thanks for stopping by. I'd like to preface this video by saying it is not a knitting tutorial, but a means to have something playing in the background while you work on your own knitting project. If you're like me and really enjoy YouTube, you find that a lot of the content you like to watch is very visually engaging, and you're several hours in and haven't gotten nearly as far into your knitting as you would have liked to. So I am a solution to that. And if you're new here, welcome. And if you are returning, welcome back. This is going to be me working a little bit of what's left of my Colour Block Cowl that I have from the Knit Yourself Calm pattern book, and I will have the ISBN information below as well as the publisher's link, so you're welcome to find this pattern book and make a purchase yourself. But this is the Colour Block Cowl. As you can see, it is color blocked. And I just finished row 3 of this one. This is a gift for my cousin, so it's part of my Knit Ahead for the Holiday series, in which I push myself to get all of my projects done before the deadline to have them mailed off to my friends and family for the winter holidays. Now, I want to say that if you are new here and you have not followed me yet on Instagram, you will be unaware, perhaps, that I have been working crazy hours at work. And that is not an understatement. I have been at work from 7 in the morning till about 9 last night, and today I was there from 7 to 5. And when I was there from 7 to 9, I did not get a lunch break. And I was training new hires from 10 to 9 straight, back to back to back to back to back. Like, they were coming and going, overlapping with each other because of their schedules. And I just want to say that I missed filming. I really wanted to do some stuff during the week, now that it's fall. Well, might as well be fall, and I was just so tired, and I really wanted to knit, and I didn't get to knit because I had no lunch break, and when I did, it was very short, and most of the time I was just so tired. Not yesterday because I didn't have a lunch break, but the day before and the day before that, I just wanted to sit down and not do anything, and when I get home, it's late. So I barely just have a moment to have dinner, take a shower, go to bed. But here it is Friday. I got off at 5 o'clock, and my supervisor felt bad for me and decided to treat me to dinner. So we went out to dinner and just had some really yummy Mexican food at a restaurant that I tried to find, but I kept driving by it, I guess, and missed it, so we went there, and it was good. So I'll have my partner plan us a trip to go there for real this time, and not just drive by it, but actually go inside, and it was nice. It was nice. But I probably look a little tired. Like, I can tell. Like, I usually just look at the screen so I can make sure I'm doing things in focus so you guys can see what I'm doing, but my eyes look very, like, droopy. I mean, I already have kind of, like, very droopy the dog eyes, but even more so today, I can feel it. Like, I was waiting for some laundry to finish up before I started filming, and I fell asleep in my chair downstairs because I was so tired. And tomorrow's Saturday, and that's usually when I would film, like Friday or Saturdays anyway, but closer to when I get home from work. And tomorrow I get off at 6 o'clock, so we'll see how that goes. And then I work again Saturday, so I work essentially 14 days in a row. I don't get Saturday and Sunday off this week, and I likely won't get Saturday and Sunday off next week because we'll still be training, and there are some people who don't have enough hours to train to fully grasp everything that they're doing before they're solo. So it's going to be another weekend of me just grinding away. And had I, been paid by the hour, I remember my first job when I was in high school, and my supervisor was salary, and she said, never accept a salary job. And I understand that now. I mean, I really like what I do. It's very engaging. It's interesting work, but there's this crazy wave of busyness, and then it kind of fizzles out. I'm still always busy, but like, it's not, I get to go home when my schedule indicates I go home, when it's a normal busy day. But when it's super jam-packed, when I'm training a lot of people at once, it's like you don't know what to do. You're like in zombie mode. You're just focusing on getting through the day. And, I talk to you guys, but talking a lot repetitively of the same things over and over because new people are learning the same things you just taught the last person who walked in, your voice gets tired. Mine gets tired, and then I'm standing up a lot, which is good for me because I'm up, I'm down, I'm walking around, but like here I'm just standing, walk a little bit, standing, walk a little bit, and you start to feel it in your body that you've been up around for a while, and there are a lot of people out there in the world that have it a lot worse. I understand that, but my reality is it's been a rough couple weeks, and it's always to be expected. This isn't the first time I've done this. This is going into my third round of this training wave of craziness that comes at this time of the year for me. But at the same time, it's like it's to be expected. It's like a Band-Aid. You get really nervous about it. You're kind of anticipating the pain, and then you rip it off and you're like, it hurt, but it wasn't that bad, and it's over. And this is like the Band-Aid phase of my job where I just need to rip it off, get through it, and then it'll not be as bad later. But I'm already just like planning all of the free time I have again to catch up because I am so behind on my projects. Like, I'm already slow, which is why I'm doing all of them so early in the year. And I already have a regularly kind of busy life where, things come up and I might not always be able to work on my knitting every day, but days, like weeks, stretches where I'm not knitting is just crazy. But I also haven't pushed, like, to have my projects done like this before. So this coming into like my year and a half mark or so of knitting, I just didn't have like strict deadlines because I wasn't sure of my pace and how many projects I wanted to do last year. So this is all coming together at a different time in the year than it did last year. So all kinds of different things. But I do say that I have a lot of comp time, so I'm thankful for that. It's just a matter of when to squeeze it in, because even though I have it to use, just like my vacation, I don't always have opportunities to take vacation when I want to, which is part of the reason why I started my YouTube channel, because I was on vacation just to burn it off, because if I didn't use it, I would lose it, and I had no plans for that particular time in the year when I needed to, take my vacation. So I thought, why not? I'm already knitting. Why not start a channel? Because I really just want to have, an extra element to my projects and have a nice record of everything I've accomplished, to create some content, just get my perspective out there in the knitting community and see how things go. And so far it's been really fun. It's just finding the time because my job. And you guys are probably so tired of hearing me talk about it, but who doesn't have someone they know to share job woes with? And it's not even really woes, it's just time. the time it takes to do the job. But there's been some other funky things going on, and I'm really glad that like everybody on my team, like my department, we're all on board to make things better next year. And we're always improving, which I think is so great. But we're very reactionary because we're all very busy. We all work so, so hard, and we all have so many different roles that we play at our jobs. So to get together and think ahead for the future, it's really tricky because we're so stuck in the weeds of day to day that it's hard to kind of look up and look out, because we're just like, this is what I need to do right now, and this is what I need to do right now tomorrow, and right now the next day, and I can't think so far ahead because everything's just right there in front of us that we have to respond to immediately. And there probably are a lot of places like that. Let me know in the comments. Is your job high stakes? Is it sales? Are you working on commission? Do you have certain deadlines and goals you need to meet where you're just so focused on what you need to get done that day that you don't get time to kind of like restructure or think about other ways to be innovative or, you know, imaginary. I need sleep. Something. Did I say innovative already? Never mind. Something. You need to do something in your job, and you want to do something else, but you don't have time to really branch out and try new things because you're so busy working on all the tasks that are on your plate right now. Let me know in the comments if you can relate. But I have so, like last year, over the year, I was like, this summer, like the summer we just had, I'm going to make videos. I'm going to record videos, break down every single element that my trainees need to know, so then instead of, you know, going over it over and over and over again, I'll have this content. You know, I'll put them in a room, say, here's some videos, give them a few quizzes, go over a few other scenarios with them so they're prepared, but like break down every single thing. Because what happens is, I kind of call them my baby ducks, affectionately, because they follow me around, they're watching what I'm doing, I'm asking them to do things while I'm watching them, and then when we have a moment where we're not helping people, I explain different policies and situations, like the transaction they just did with one of our customers, and I'll talk about different things that might happen that they would need to respond to. And then we go back to baby duck mode where somebody comes up and needs something, so I show them how to do the things, and then we have another moment where there's some downtime and I explain something else. And then we practice some more, and some more downtime and explain something else. And, you know, show them around different areas they would need to know about, so if somebody asks them a question, they'd be able to answer it. And all that's said and done, if I had some videos where I just went over every single thing that sometimes, I mean, me as a manager, some things just are so, such a rare occasion that we don't talk about it, and then one day it happens, I'm like, oh yeah, we didn't do that in like our scenario training because it's something that I don't even think about because it happens like once every 6 months or so. So things like that I know might happen, and when I have a moment to really compose my thoughts before the training even starts, I have a script ready to go where I can, you know, show them what these things are instead of just theorizing it and just telling them about it, but actually demonstrating it. So, yeah, excited. I want it to happen. I'm hoping maybe this summer, though, like this upcoming summer, 2020, I'll be able to do that, but we have this really big project. We already had like 2 super projects happen this summer, and they carry over to next summer, so we'll see. But I'm hopeful. And I'm going to finish this project tonight. I have 2 more rows to purl, and then I can bind off. So the reason, actually, I could have gone to bed. I could have just jumped in my jammies, did my laundry. I have to do it pretty much tonight, the major stuff, because tomorrow I get off a little bit later, but I also work on Sunday, and Sundays and Saturdays are usually my laundry days where I just knock out everything in the hamper. But I've been busy, and my dryer got fixed. I don't know if I mentioned that to you guys, but my dryer knob broke, and it wasn't registering the cycle that I wanted. So I put in a report with maintenance, and they came by on the 20th to look at it, and then they needed to order a part. So 20th was the day I got the note that they couldn't fix it. So on the 21st, I came home for lunch to try to get some of it done because I found out it broke Sunday afternoon when I was in the middle of doing laundry, and I already had stuff drying on my drying rack, so I didn't have enough space to continue washing and air drying the rest of my clothes, so I had to work in batches to kind of pare down what I had remaining. And I did like my underwear and stuff like that, and socks and things, a little bit before they came back with the part and fixed it. So I still have some carryover from that, but I was going to do more laundry during the week and ended up staying so late at work that I didn't have time. By the time I got home, I just needed to go to bed so I could do it all again the next day. But with that, now that I have some laundry to work on, I thought it would be a good moment to do some knitting as well. I was just going to talk in this video without knitting, but I got a little bit further in this project. One night I had a little bit more time, so I decided to knit some more, and now I'm almost done. So I figure I could finish it here with you guys, or at least get one more row done. Because I'm on row 4 and I just have one more, and then I can start binding off. But I wanted to make this video anyway, as I mentioned, to announce that I am going to be celebrating my birthday month beginning Sunday. And by the time I upload this, I think it will be Sunday, so you'll probably be watching this on Sunday. I'll try to upload it before I go to work, because it'll be later in the evening by the time I get home, probably close to 10 p.m. after I wrap up everything. But then again, maybe my supervisor can give me a ride home, because she overlaps with me that day, and she's off at 9 too. But it all kind of depends on what's waiting for me when I get to work. But I'll be there from 2 to 9. And so yeah, it's my birthday month coming up, and I thought about just buying something. Well, I'm going to treat myself anyway, because you have to at this point when you get just a card for your birthday, and if you're lucky, maybe another present here or there. But for me and my taste, and now my new hobbies of knitting and my old hobbies of being a crazy cat lady, I thought I would just do something for myself that I know I'm going to like and enjoy. And I thought about buying more yarn, because who doesn't need more yarn? I sure don't. And I was trying really hard to actually be very conservative about my yarn purchases. But there are some other things that aren't actually yarn that I like and have had my eye on. But I figured I'd wait till it was more appropriate to buy those items, considering I just participated in that yarn crawl and went to this stitch convention. So my thought was to have you guys offer me suggestions on what I should buy for my birthday. And if you have like a small business you know about, that's really what I would like to support. Small businesses, nice little crafty things you know and you like, some products that you use for your own knitting projects that you really enjoy, that I might not have even heard about or have tried myself. Let me know in the comments what you think I should look at, And then if I have enough feedback, I will look at what you guys have sent me and decide if it's something I want to add to my collection, and I'll buy it. Of course, funding permitting. And then when I have it here, so I'll give myself that month. So even though it is my birthday month, I won't actually be spending any of my money on my birthday month stuff, because I want to kind of buy it a little bit at a time and have a chance to use it and then report back. So I'll give you guys time to respond. And if you also follow me on Instagram, I'll add a post there to announce this as well, because I'm interested in what you guys like, and some of you probably are way more advanced knitters than I am and have a lot of experience and kind of know what you want to look for in yarn, or a brand you really like, a type of yarn you really like a fiber you really enjoy. And I just want to kind of get a little bit more in my library here and experience new things. But I know what I already like, but there might be things that I wouldn't know I like. Just like when I go to my book club, I know what I like to read, but if my book club leader is suggesting that we read something else, and it ends up being something I really enjoy, and I hadn't even known about it, hadn't heard about it, would never have known it existed unless I was exposed to it some way, because I'm just in my own little bubble over here. So the same goes for knitting. Unless somebody tells me about something new, I only usually stumble upon it by accident. So I'm curious and excited to explore and to experiment with some other knitting things. So let me know in the comments if you even are like a yarn dyer and have a small business with a web presence. Let me know, and I'll make a purchase if it's you know within my budget and it looks like something that I would find very useful. And then I will give you a shout out in the next video when I have it here and had a chance to use it and review my thoughts on it. And of course, I wouldn't lie, so it would be my honest review. So be careful. If you don't like criticism and something I don't particularly vibe with is present and what I bought, I will make a mention so that people just are aware of my full thoughts of it. So suggest with caution, but I'm excited. I would like to see what you guys let me know about, so then I can explore and discover something new. And then if you guys end up not participating in my request for cool yarn type themes, that's cool too. I still have my wish list of stuff that I want to buy. So worst comes to worst, well, I guess it wouldn't be the end of the world, you know, like my channel at the moment doesn't get that many views. I understand, I'm a small fry. So you might have, been on vacation, didn't even know that I had a birthday month, and, it's the 30th of September, and you're like, oh, I didn't tell her that she should buy this one yarn from this one yarn dyer on Etsy or something like that. But not to worry. I have things that I already know I would like, that I have found through some interesting places, and whether or not you guys give me feedback, I will have a video for you where I can share my thoughts and opinions on some cool stuff, no matter where it came from. So let me see if I'm anywhere near. I wonder if we'll be able to finish this last row before we go today. So let me know in the comments also, what your weekend plans are. I try to ask you guys that every time because I'm curious. What do you do? Do you like to just knit the whole weekend through? Do you have some housework you have to take care of? Take the dog to the vet, mow the lawn? If you're like me, do laundry. I really have like a spring cleaning itch because when I was on my first vacation, when I started my channel, I spent a couple days rearranging this room. You'll notice that where I'm sitting on this couch is not where I was in my very first video, and that's because I was sitting in front of a window because the couch was right up against the wall where the window is, and now I am adjacent to the perpendicular. This is perpendicular, right? Like one and then one going that way. I was not a math person, sorry. But the room has a lot more space and movement now, and it's easier to pull out this couch so when guests come, they have a place to sleep, and I get a better angle for the lighting, and it's longer way this way, but it's easier to get in and out of and do things. So I like it like this. It was a long time coming because we moved in and we just thought at the moment that the arrangement would be fine, but it got cluttered really easily and it just wasn't cozy like it is now. But there's still a lot of stuff that I want to go through, and I did a really big clean out. Stuff that we just packed when we moved in, just to make sure that we had it with us without giving it a good look, because we didn't have a lot of time to go through things. And other things I just had collected while we've been here, and just did a purge. Junk stuff, reorganized drawers, made sure that everything had a nice place, and I still have a lot more to do, but it's a lot better than it was before. And I've been able to keep it up and keep it relatively clutter-free. This couch here is like a disaster zone because I have all my knitting stuff, like all my different projects all over. But other than that, the floor is clear. People can walk in and walk out without tripping over anything, which is good. But I still have a lot of my Foster stuff in here. And now that I've been so busy with work, and now that I don't have access to a car like I used to, it's probably best for me to just pack that stuff up for the time being. Okay, we made it! We finished row 5, so all I have to do is bind this off now and the project will be done. And I will be able to add it to my very small but growing pile of completed projects for the holidays. And at the very end, when I mentioned this before many videos ago, but I want to have like a showcase to show you guys like all of the projects that I did for holidays and their finished form. So after they've been blocked or like soaked and blocked and nice and pretty and then on display so you can see the full layout of them, I still have, I'm like kind of halfway there. I have a big blanket and I have that at work to work on during my lunch breaks. When those come back, I'll be able to take advantage of knitting. And I have my socks that I need to start knitting for my brother and his fiance. And I have the other doggy sweater that you've seen a few videos of me working on that. I'm still on the first panel, but now that I'm done with this Colour Block Cowl, I can continue on with the doggy sweater and hopefully get that done soon. And that is it for the holiday gifts. I'm still working on the Raylight, or not the Raylight, oh my gosh, the Tempestry project, but that's the anniversary gift that's coming up really soon. So I have maybe, I said less than a month last time, and it's still less than a month considering the next week and a half or so is still going to be really full with training. But especially this next full week, when I see every single person who's new, I only had a few people the last 2 days, and through the weekend. So there's a lot of people. I have like 10 or 12 new hires, and I would try to count how many they are, but there are a lot, and they're all like back to back to back. So with that, now it's time for me to go to bed, finish my laundry, go to bed, wake up, do it again tomorrow. So thank you so much if you lasted to the very end, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye.